New Zealand boasts some of the best scenery in the entire world, and along with it, it offers some of the best hiking on the planet. In fact, they have 11 hikes so good they're known as Great Walks, and they're so well renowned, so world famous, they can be booked up to a full year in advance. But when an incredibly stormy spring caused a bunch of spaces to open up on one of the most famous of the Great Walks, the Routeburn Track, I had a chance to get my own boots on the trail. In this video, I'm going to spend 2 days hiking the Routeburn Track, trying to answer the question, what exactly makes this walk so great, and can it live up to the hype? There's only one way to find out, so let's go.
Wow, wow, wow.
Hey there, it's Joshua Cripps here. If you saw my last video, you know that I am currently in New Zealand in Erland National Park, one of the most spectacular landscapes in the entire world. And if you haven't watched that last video, go back and watch it because I was able to photograph some of the most unique cloud formations I've ever seen over Milford Sound, which is often called the eighth wonder of the world, as well as some unbelievably insane waterfalls and beautiful blue pools through the Cladau River. In this video though, I'm going to be doing something completely different, going for a walk.
So of course New Zealand is famous not just for its spectacular beauty, its sheep, and its crazy bird life, but also for its walking tracks. In fact, it has these things called Great Walks, and those are sort of the most epic of the epic tracks that you can do here in New Zealand. Think sort of like if the John Muir Trail was only 3 to 9 days instead of 2 weeks. That's the scope of what we're talking about. And today I'm going to be doing something called the Routeburn Track. I'm incredibly excited to spend the next 2 days walking and photographing this section of the amazing Routeburn Track. So let's get to it. But first, I gotta change.
Okay, finally ready to go. It took bloody ages. And I'm gonna start off here, getting onto the trail under mix of cloud, rain, and sun, classic Fiordland weather. Can't tell you how excited I am to be off on the trail again here in New Zealand. It's always such a great experience. The tracks are beautifully put together. The scenery is astounding. And with the changing weather, I have a really good feeling about the photography possibilities. One of the things that makes this part of New Zealand so special is the incredibly dramatic and quick transition from lush rainforest to true alpine and glacier regions. As my friend Tanya says, New Zealand has big little mountains. And what makes it so cool to tramp here, to trek, to walk, to hike, whatever you want to say, is that you can start in amazing magical rainforest like this, and after just a few hours of walking, be up amongst the glacially sculpted tarns and lakes with epic views out across the valleys to the snow-clad peaks in the distance. I'm really gonna have a chance to try lots of different kinds of photography, from small scenes here in this beautiful magical fairy tale forest to those big grand landscapes that I love so much. I'm gonna really have to have my thinking cap on because there's just so much to see here. And it's easy to get lost. I could stop right here and turn in a circle and find 100 different photographs and this unbelievable treasure trove of mosses and ferns and lichens and huge beech trees. I mean, look at that tree right there. It's an absolute beauty. But I still have 4 hours of walking to go. So today's really gonna be an exercise in compromise, trying to figure out what to shoot in the first place, how to shoot it efficiently, and strategizing my time so that I have enough to still get to the hut before it's dark and give myself enough time to photograph along the way. Case in point right here, the sun's just starting to break free through this mist, and the light coming through is backlighting this amazing moss and the ferns. You could get lost here for hours, but I have hours to hike still.
The Routeburn Track is a 33-kilometer route that links Fiordland and Mount Aspiring National Parks. My goal for the first day was to hike 12 kilometers to the Lake McKenzie hut where I would spend the night.
this point, I've climbed a couple hundred meters maybe from the trailhead. And just like that, like a switch being flipped, I'm out of the beech forest and into the alpine tussock and tundra. And normally about now, there would be some pretty monumental views opening up down the Hollyford Valley. But there's quite a lot of low cloud today, although there are some beautiful blue patches. You know what? You can never predict Fiordland. It was literally all clouded in a second ago. And now, oh my God, look at this place. Look at that. Look at over there. Look at that thing. What is it? A mountain? Maybe.
Hey there, this is Nick Stover, the founder of Nature Photography Collective, inviting you to join the collective itself. We have a library of over 100 nature speakers, an incredibly active community where you can interact with other photographers from around the world, and we add new talks, new speakers almost every week. Plus, you can be part of live Q&As, online editing clinics, and be notified before anyone else of new in-field workshops. You can get full details on our website, www.naturephotocollective.com, and you can use code SOCIALS10 to save up 10% off your membership. Hope to see you there. Thanks so much.
This waterfall, epic! Because this area gets so much rain, a lot of places you have these washouts and unstable slopes and things like that. So we're gonna boogie through this next spot, although I don't know how the hell I'm gonna keep going with no stops for 200 minutes. This scene is like something out of a fantasy. What the flip? What the flippin' flip is this? Tell you what, if I ever get to a point where I'm not absolutely gobsmacked by a place like this, holy crap, that's when you know you can just put me in the grave, because I'm done living. If I ever get tired of this, it's all over. I decided to hike up here today because of all the days this week, this was the day when the storm, the cloud, the rain was supposed to lift in the afternoon. But as becomes very clear as soon as you set foot here in Fiordland, the weather gods in these parts didn't get the memo on supposed to, and they damn well do whatever the hell they want. So I'm getting up higher and higher now, and as you can see, the cloud is not lifting. It's thick, it's foggy, it's billowing and blowing here through the forest. And although it means that I don't have the incredible views out over the valley that I still hope might appear a little bit later, the atmosphere here in the forest is nothing short of unbelievably mysterious and ethereal. And it gives me the sense of walking through almost a prehistoric forest. Rains coming down have caused this big slip here. The track is gone. So they've rerouted it up through the forest here and back down to the other side. Coming up from the car park, even within 20 minutes, I was already impressed by the amount of work that had been put into surveying, engineering, and building this track. But this section right here is ridiculous. It's cut out of the solid rock. I don't know if it was hammer and chisel or dynamite, but somebody went through a hell of a lot of effort to create a 2-foot wide strip out of the earth so that guys like me could come along and go for a walk in the forest. So thank you very much, whoever did this. I salute you.
So far, the Routeburn Track was blowing me away, not just with the construction of the trail itself, but with its spectacular, unfiltered beauty. Around every corner was something new and exciting to experience. And just when I thought things couldn't get any more interesting, the track led somewhere I never could have imagined.
So it looks and feels like it's raining right here, but it's actually not. It's just spray. You can see it coming out around the edge right here. The massive Erland Falls, which is over 600 feet tall, is crashing down just around the corner there, sending a wall of water into the bushes and into anyone who decides to walk past it. I saw 2 guys just go out that way and they're instantly inundated by the water. There is a detour down this way, but I'm gonna give this way a shot, but I gotta put everything away, get all my waterproof stuff on, because it looks absolutely intense. Well, here goes nothing. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Holy cow. Look at this. That is so cool. What an amazing thing to do with a track. Walk through the bottom of the waterfall. Wow. That was absolutely exhilarating. I mean, that made the whole hike for me right there. That was so cool. Oh, photos though? No, forget about it. I took my lens cap off and pointed it at the falls for a split second, and it was just inundated with water droplets. So, no, that's one that's gonna live on in the old memory banks. Anyway, whoa, riding that high, that was so cool. There's still a wee ways to go before I get to my destination tonight. So, time to start pounding this earth. And by pounding, I mean walking on in a leisurely pace so that I can really enjoy the majesty of the mountain. Well, I may be completely soaked thanks to that waterfall and freezing cold, but at least the views are fantastic. Continues to be crazy beautiful through here, and I keep stopping, which is kind of a problem because I'm starting to get very cold. And my fingers especially are cold. So now I need to keep moving because I still got about 2 miles to go, I think, until the hut. So I need to get my body temperature back up. So I have a rule now, no more stopping until I feel like it.
Soon after.
I literally just said I wasn't gonna stop until I felt like it. Well, I freaking feel like it because this is insane. These trees, they're like ghosts reaching out of the fog. It's so cool. As I get closer and closer to the hut, the clouds keep lifting, and I'm starting to see snow-capped peaks poking out at the top of all the mist. And it really feels like I'm walking in a dream. It's this euphoric, floaty feeling. Just a few minutes from the hut now, basically on flat ground, cruising in right at dinner time, which is perfect because I am starving. So it is time to just relax, walk the rest of the way in silent contemplation of this stunning day of adventure, new experiences, wonderful photography, and to ponder what is to come tomorrow.
It was clear that the Routeburn Track was already living up to its reputation as a great walk, and I couldn't wait to see what else it had in store for me. But little did I realize that Mother Nature had other ideas in mind that would derail my plans and completely change my experience on the trail.
It's about 5:50 a.m. I'm Joshua Cripps and I've just woken up. Come along for the ride. Let's go. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go.